let me introduce you to one of history's most infamous slaughterers, a man who is known to be the devil himself, a man who enjoys seeing people in pain and suffering. He loves the blood, he loves the gore. This is Jack Ketch, butcher executioner. Jack Ketch begins his 23-year career as London's leading executioner in 1663. He was not the only executioner dispatching the condemned, but he was the most infamous. He earned a reputation as a brutal executioner. Now, after his death in 1686, his name became slang for all executioners, the devil and even death itself. So who is this butcher? Now, like many executioners of the time, Ketch spent much of his early life on the wrong side of the law, and he spent a lot of time at Marshalsea Prison. Now, little is definitively known of his origins, and he is first mentioned in the Old Bailey proceedings of January 1676, where a man had committed a horrendous crime down in Whitechapel. The same man had also killed the bailiff, who was charged with arresting him. Now, the mention is a small one, but it reads, "The jury brought him in guilty, and Jack Ketch will make him free." Now, Ketch was paid for his services. In addition to his wage, he would receive bribe money from the condemned. Now, bribing the executioner was so that you would get a clean and merciful death. But sadly, these victims, they'd never met the butcher Ketch or seen him in action. Up first, we have Lord Russell's gruesome beheading. Now, Lord Russell, he was found guilty of treason as he opposed King Charles II's Catholic brother James from becoming the next king. Now, on the day, Ketch wielded his instrument of death either with sadistic thoughts of pleasure or with such a lack of simple dexterity nobody could tell. Now, all we do know is that the victim suffered horrifically, blow after blow, each one excruciating, but in itself not lethal. Even amongst the bloodthirsty crowd, the gore, the agony that was on display created such outrage that Ketch had to write an apology. Now, he didn't blame himself in the apology. He actually said that Lord Russell didn't dispose of himself properly whilst on the execution block. What a butcher. Up next, we have the Duke of Monmouth, James Scott. His rebellion attempted to depose his uncle, King James II, during the Monmouth Rebellion. And when it failed, the Duke ended up on the chopping block. Now, the Duke, he bribed Ketch for a clean and merciful death. But a ghastly, gruesome scene was about to start. Some people say it was 5 blows. Others said it was as many as 7. But what we do know is that the axe didn't take the Duke's head off. So Ketch, he panics. He grabs a knife out of his pocket and he takes the remaining strands of the Duke's neck off. It is suggested the Duke even turned round halfway through and shouts, "The axe is blunt." The crowd was shocked. Gasps, groans could be heard all around. Who was this butcher? Is he the devil? After both executions, rumours ran rampant that although both men had paid Ketch to be merciful, their enemies had paid him more to make them suffer. Now, he denies the rumours, as most men would, but one does have to wonder, a man who makes his living executing people for 23 years, how could he fail his task so spectacularly? Now, for every botched execution Ketch presides over, there were several that went off without a hitch. And when hanging people, it is said that he knows ways to tie the rope that would either cause the victim's neck to break quickly or to merely render them unconscious. Indeed, Ketch could make money by keeping the condemned alive. So this was a man who could barter with your life. If you pay him enough, you may live. But if you don't pay him enough, you may die. The Butcher Ketch. He dies in November 1686, and for at least the next 200 years his name is applied to a whole host of things relating to execution. Apart from his name becoming slang for any executioner, we also have Jack Ketch's Kitchen. This was a name given to a room at Newgate Prison where they used to boil severed limbs of people who were quartered for high treason. A Jack Ketch pippin was a candidate for the gallows, and a noose became rather uncreatively Jack Ketch's necklace, whilst the slums around Turnmill Street in Clerkenwell became known as Jack Ketch's Warren. I hope you enjoyed this video talking about the butcher himself, Jack Ketch. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more gruesome with Big Chris.